Welcome to Canada, where our universities have decided to take the concept of a safe space to a brand new and insane level. If you haven't been living under a rock for the last year and a half, you might have heard of Jordan Peterson, a psychology professor at the University of Toronto, an institution that's getting more and more threatened by the concept of ideas and free expression. Oh, those ideals, getting away of the utopia. So the recent controversy is he was going to create a database to expose what he felt were postmodern neo-Marxist courses. The important thing to know here is he never created said database. He actually decided it would be a bad idea and it would add to polarization, so he decided to cancel the project. A few weeks later, some postmodern neo-Marxists found out about this, decided to write a letter and attempt to get him fired. This is as exactly as you expected would go. They accuse him of being a whatever, and of course a white supremacist Nazi.
Yeah, I don't like Nazis.
So after reading through the letter and seeing it was signed by the U of T Student Union, we decided to head over to the University of Toronto and kidnap the first student we could find. Martina!
Hey.
So, does this letter represent your views on the matter?
Absolutely not. I actually attended Jordan Peterson's classes and I never felt unsafe. He's actually one of my favorite professors. So the fact that the student union is signing this letter on my behalf is really
not cool.
So, good point. Let's go through the letter, because it's really important to read this thing because the 7-year-old that wrote it put a lot of effort into this. So here's a good quote. They talk about his inflammatory denunciations of postmodern neo-Marxists, who are most often trans people, people of color, and women.
Yeah, I find that funny because Jordan Peterson has never stated that trans people, people of color, or women are postmodern neo-Marxists. He was talking about the people who are writing these petitions. They're using people of color and trans people to push their agenda of postmodern neo-Marxist ideology.
So what you're saying is, when you're trying to prove someone's argument's wrong, don't be the exact proof of that argument.
Yeah.
I'm a person of color and I felt very accommodated. I felt like my voice. Thank you very much.
I'm also former Muslim and I feel like this guy.
Another gem in this letter is when they actually have the audacity to accuse him of seeking to disadvantage others by disruptive behavior.
Oh, really?
I had a student who toured the...
So the most important part of this letter is when they urge Peterson to act in a manner that is consistent with the law, the Ontario Human Rights Code, the university policy, and they state, thereby acknowledging that his position as professor would be at risk if he does not change his behavior.
So here's the rub. We, as the people who support Dr. Peterson in the matter, we know he's not innocent in the eyes of the law. Is he guilty of violating Bill C-16? Yeah, of course he is. And this is the whole point, because Bill C-16 in Canada is a law, which, as it's constituted, criticism of that law is illegal. And that's morally reprehensible and antithetical to everything Western civilization stands upon. It's ridiculous. You know what? Let's make this video illegal right now. I think they, them, their pronouns are silly. It makes third, singular, and plural. And now we're criminals. Now we're goddamn filthy criminals. Thank you. Bill C-16. Now, the greatest part of this letter is when they go on to say, all these actions emphasize that such a database, which didn't even happen, would constitute a serious threat to the mental and physical safety of students, faculty, and the staff at the university. Are you kidding me? We need a safe space for the professors? ISIS, take me now.
No. Don't worry, we're gonna ban Rate My Prof next. Don't worry.
You see, the problem with such letters is people who support Peterson actually, a lot of them disagree with him on some issues. What he does is he develops an idea, he presents it in an articulate way, and lets us decide to agree with it or disagree with it by thinking. But what these guys, these university professors from some specific affiliation,
Gender studies,
are doing is they decided, hey, we don't have to think and work hard and come up with ideas and present them and argue them so that people accept it. We'll just crush anybody who disagrees with us with the force of law. We'll destroy their lives, we'll take away their jobs, and everybody will have to just repeat what we say. And that is why you guys are becoming irrelevant, and nobody likes you, and nobody's gonna go to prom with you.
This is a university, there's no prom.
I grew up in Iran. That's the message today. Change or be obsolete. Sort yourself out.